Let's get hype.
Yeah, just rip my ribs open.
Yeah. Oh my God, the shrimp. Come to a clover? Check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No.
All right, I'll count you down.
Wait, what's the script?
5, 4, 3.
Shit. We are live. And welcome to Morons at First Sight, the unofficial, official Married at First Sight recap podcast.
Yes.
Where we go over the ins and outs of the morons of Married at First Sight. And to take you down that journey, I am Ricky.
I'm Aury.
And welcome to Morons at First Sight.
Yay.
All right. And today we are discussing episode 16 of season 7, where we finally, well, I guess, how about you give us a little synopsis of this episode, a quick rundown without giving away any details till we give them away to the end.
Yeah, I agree. So in this episode, basically, they had like a group dinner together where they were like, is your relationship better than mine? And then they had talks with their family about like, oh, should I be with this person forever? And then they made their decisions.
It was very formulaic, and I gotta say, a pretty fucking boring episode.
I would be lying if I said I didn't cook while watching this episode. There was a part where I fast forwarded.
What part did you fast forward?
We'll get to that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, throughout this entire episode, the producers and editors were definitely trying to set up the worst case scenarios as possible with everyone, the way they edited.
Yeah.
There was a lot of the...
There was a lot of that.
Boom,
and there was a lot of like cutting to their face where it was like, I don't think that was that part. You know, like they would ask a question and the person was going...
They got these quick reaction faces. Yeah. They're like, this will work here, just to sell us tension, to be able to keep us guessing of like, oh, what's going on here?
Right, which we'll get into that at the end. But I think we could start off with, usually we do like couple, but I think we could start off with, I kind of wanted to start off
talking about... Are you breaking up my formula right now? Are you throwing me a goddamn curveball?
I'm curveballing the hell out of you.
All right, let's do it.
I thought we could talk about the group dinner first and then do the phone calls or like the leading up to it, relationship by relationship, and then like the decision relationship by relationship.
All right, I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
Thank you.
Except for everything. We're sticking to... No.
We're sticking to the script, bitch. Okay.
You think this is your goddamn show?
You think this is your show?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we didn't introduce again. Our special guests are here to join us and to also guide us down this journey.
No one cares.
Ricky's Shrimp, everybody. Can you add in like a woo?
You want me to add in an applause for you?
Yeah.
Will that make you happy?
Yeah.
Then I'm not adding in an applause.
Okay. So the group dinner. Thoughts
yes.
Or anything to say?
All right. Well, during the group dinner, okay, this is throwing me a curveball because I put my notes by couple.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna have to go through. No, I got this.
I'm so unprofessional.
The entire time, Mia looked so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
During the entire dinner, just wondering if Tristan was gonna bring up like, are you gonna bring up all our Are you gonna open up our closet and show everyone our skeletons? She just like even when it wasn't cutting to her, there was just one specific scene where she just had her arm on the table. It was just like.
Yeah. And there was a scene where she was going like this. Like she was like wiping tears. And I was like, is she crying?
I don't know. But, and then also Danielle and Bobby kept flaunting that they hadn't fought yet. They're like, no,
yes.
We're the perfect couple. We haven't fought yet. What you guys talking about? You guys have problems? Not us. He's in love.
We're
kind
in
of.
love.
I don't know.
So that's when I felt Danielle was doing like a humble brag. Do you know what that is?
What kind of an idiot do you take me for? No, I don't know what a humble brag is. Yes, I know what a humble brag is.
I'm here to tell you. Yeah.
But tell the audience. Tell our fan.
So our one fan who commented on our YouTube. We see you. So a humble brag is basically when you're like, oh, like you're trying to act like, yeah, like this isn't happening, but it's actually great for you and like a reason why you're amazing. So like a common humble brag will be like, oh, when girls are like, and I think in the last episode we might have learned my thoughts on makeup. But when girls are like, oh, like, I just don't know how to do makeup. Like, I've never had to wear it.
And then their makeup looks amazing.
No, and they're trying to say they're, like, naturally beautiful. Like, they're like, I've just never had bad skin. I'm so bad at doing makeup. Oh, so the humble brag is like, hey, I'm beautiful, but that's why I'm not good at doing makeup. So Danielle did that when she was like, yeah, we've, like, literally never fought, but I'm sure it's coming. Okay, Danielle.
Yeah, I think I put something in there. No. Yes. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I did think of that while I was watching. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Keep your fucking mouth shut and just let Bobby's psychotic face tell the story.
And then she kept, like, grilling everybody. Like, she was like, so, like, what have you been fighting about, though? We've never fought. What have you fought about? Like, she was super interested in, like, the details of, like, everybody else's kind of dynamic of, like, why it was going bad or, like, poorly. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. Kudos
to Amber and Dave, though, for actually just throwing all their shit out there, too.
Yeah.
They're actually, I have a note in here that's talks about David. Dave is not good at talking and just wants to feel heard.
Yes.
That's a mix of notes and stuff. He's not he's not good at expressing himself, but
yes.
At the dinner he was upfront. He's like, "Yeah, I was playing dick.
I was being a dick.
Yep, yeah. I did it." And I was like, "Oh, you actually
admitted it. You're self-aware and you keep doing it." It's weird, like, you know it's not nice, but you won't stop. Like, that sucks.
I just think he's not good at talking.
Okay, so this is a good segue into Amber and Dave.
Okay.
If you will.
I will.
I have many notes because, and I'm going to say it. I don't usually feel that I'm, like, too strong against some of these people. Fuck Dave, dude. Fuck Dave. He doesn't deserve Amber. I've decided. I hate his attitude. He's a know-it-all. Okay? He's a brat. Like, when he's talking to his friends in, like, the next scene, and he's like, yeah, like, I hear their advice, but I'm literally not going to take it. And I, honest to God, think they're wrong. Because he goes, they don't understand what it's like to be in an arranged marriage.
Well, that's what one of my notes was, is like, Dave just wants to feel heard by his friends. Then why not just say, dude, I just want to vent right now. Tell me this sucks.
Right.
Why not just say that?
I know, they're like, well, we love Amber and every relationship's not perfect. And he was like, yeah, but this is an arranged marriage. And I was like, yeah, okay, but that's still not going to be perfect. Like,
by your own by your own choice.
Right. Like, my grandparents were in arranged marriage.
But that wasn't their choice.
Well, it was kind of their choice. Like, they wanted to do it, and it's cultural, but it's like, that doesn't mean that they were like, they didn't have an out, number one. Like, Dave is like, no, this is an arranged marriage, but there is an out. No, there's not an out in arranged marriages, Dave, you fucking idiot. And number two, like, him being like, oh, but it's different. Well, you still are going to have problems and have to make them work. Like, people have done arranged marriage for thousands of years, and they have fucking issues and work them out, you know?
Well, in an official arranged marriage, don't the people at least get to, like, meet each other first before they're...
No, sometimes you just, like, see a picture.
Really?
Or, like, you know their family.
Well, damn.
My grandpa and my grandma met. My grandpa had, like, a couple different women he was, like, looking to marry. And because he needed someone to take care of his mom, who's blind. And that's my great-grandma. And the story doesn't sound romantic, but it actually is. And he chose my grandma because they were 17, both of them. And she was, like, really... sweet and just like a precious nice woman, and like he felt that she was gonna have like the family values he wanted, and they stayed married from the time they were 17 until he just died this past year. Yeah.
Well, heck yeah.
And they worked it out, Dave. So, okay.
Get your shit together, Dave.
Yeah.
Quit playing dick and just fucking go along with it.
Yeah, you think my grandpa acted that way? No. But yeah, I just think he's so arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
He kills me. Okay. Any other thoughts on Amber and Dave?
Well, I mean, are we still talking dinner or?
No, I just segued into Amber and Dave. Sorry.
Well, okay.
This is like the finale episode. I feel like there's no formula to be had.
Yeah.
Because there's so much I want to say.
I wrote down that I loved how the episode began with just Dave saying he had a 51 to 49% chance of seeing this was going to work out. And he's like, I'm not going to tell Amber that because that's going to piss her off. I was like, well, at least you have the common sense to hold that back. Because,
right.
You tell someone right before you say, hey, we have to make a life-changing decision with either a yes or no. It's like, where are you at? I don't know, 50-50. I might flip a coin and see what's going to happen.
Imagine you're like, it's the night before your wedding and you're like out with your friends and you like text your bride-to-be and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm so drunk. And she's like, yeah, I'm 50-50 if I'm going to show up or not.
And then you send a picture with a coin that says yes on one side and no on the other.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
We'll see if I want to do this or not. I know. I'm not going to tell Amber that. Thank God.
Also, actually, all my notes for Dave and Amber are all on Dave. I don't have a single note on Amber.
I have a note. First of all, Amber said what I said last week.
What was that?
She was like, this whole time I haven't been thinking about, do I want to be with Dave? Do I actually want him?
Oh, yeah. She started thinking about her own wants and needs.
Yes.
Well, that's because they brought that up with her at when she met her friends.
Yes. I was very thankful for that. And then one of the things I thought was really funny is, you're right. Dave sucks at talking. So when they were leaving...
He talks in what ifs.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So I wrote this down. When they were leaving... And it's going to be decision time tomorrow. We're going to split up and, we have to sleep separately and then we'll come back together tomorrow at decision time. Dave goes, instead of just, I haven't slept a night without Amber in 8 weeks. It's going to feel weird not to have her next to me. I'll miss her. He goes, I haven't slept alone, so I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. That's the last thing he said to Amber before she left for the night.
As far as you know.
No, I saw it on camera. He said that, got up and hugged her, and she went and got in her car.
Really? Was that literally the last thing?
Well, he was like, "Bye, drive safe."
Well, he has no idea how to fucking communicate anyway. So
can you imagine? Instead of "I'm gonna miss you," I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. So necessarily, what are you?
Yeah.
I hate it. No wonder Amber's always fucking confused. What does it mean?
Playing devil's advocate, I can see that as a way of saying I'm going to miss you. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to...
No. It's a guarded way of saying that. It's like him trying to be cool. I'm not necessarily going to love it. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I agree with you because right here, my last note is Dave has no idea how to be direct or comforting.
Okay, and I wrote a note. I said, Amber, I need words of affirmation. Dave, I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. She has expressed a need to him that words of affirmation is how she personally receives love, and he just literally will not do it. He just won't do it. It's not going to work.
He'll talk around it and be like
yeah.
Well, I can't even think of a good example off the top of my head or try and formulate it because I don't know how Dave's
because he's dumb.
Dave dumb.
Okay, any other notes on them?
Well, I guess we can just announce now that they did say yes to each other.
Okay, yes, they
anyone
together.
who's watching this hopefully has at least seen the episode beforehand. Maybe not.
Yeah.
And then whatever.
If you haven't, we still love you. But thanks for listening because it's what.
The way they said yes was so uncomfortable and weird.
Oh my God. There was a moment where Dave's eyes literally twitched. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. But it was Dave started talking and then and then Amber's face was
she was
like she had just said, yes, I want to stay married to you. And he's like, well, marriage is this thing, and I don't know what it is, but
and he kept saying, I need more time. I need more time.
That's what it was. He kept saying, I need more time. Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I was fucking right. He wants a date. He wants a date. And then he was like, I want to stay married to you. And I was like, oh. He still wanted a date.
Am I wrong? We may not. don't count your horse. Is that what's the saying?
Don't put your horses before the cart.
Yeah, there we go.
No, the cart before the horses.
Don't put
the horses pull the fucking cart.
Because we still have the reunion episode that we can catch them up and see where they went.
I can't wait.
So.
Okay.
But they said yes, and of course, and
they're in love.
They are in love. Segue to
who?
Bobby and Danielle.
Oh, I have one sentence for Bobby.
What's that?
And Danielle. I said, stuff Danielle likes about Bobby. He is her butler and does what she says.
She did say that to her friend on the phone. It's like, yeah, he does everything for me.
That was the only positive.
We've gone over this for...
Yeah, we've gone over this in previous episodes, but she said it again. She was like, her friend was like, well, like, what do you like about him? Like, what are your favorite things about him? And she was like, he gets up early and makes my coffee and then packs my lunch. He does what I say. Like, I say stuff and he just does it.
Overall...
I was like, what?
All right, so I this isn't in my notes, but I do have... You said something about makeup earlier, and you're probably not going to... I don't know if you'll like my comment or not like that.
Let me mentally prepare. Okay.
I can't fucking stand Danielle's eyelashes. They look so stupid. And I'm not one to like pick apart makeup and stuff like that. And be like, oh, that's good or that's bad or anything. It's just like, I was like, what the fuck are you wearing those? Look like you look like you have a fucking fan that's just hanging off your eyes. It just looks so.
And they're curling in different directions at some points.
It just looks weird. It's like
they're extensions.
Yeah. Why do you have a fucking caterpillar hanging on your eyes while you're trying to blink? It's like the air is like, I wonder how hard it is for her to blink with the air resistance just flapping in a gush of wind just every time.
Her eyes are like, shh. Well, and the thing is, it's like she obviously doesn't have naturally black eyelashes because like her hair color, her skin color, her eyebrow color, she doesn't have really black eyelashes. So then she has these tinted black eyelashes that have extensions on them, and it's just obvious that they're fake. And they're too long. I don't like it. And her eyebrows, too. I have a hard time with them. And I don't want to be mean, but I have a difficult time. When she was on the phone with her friend and you had that camera angle.
But here's the thing.
It was hard for me.
We're not being mean because we're not mocking her actual appearance, her physical appearance.
Yeah, she's cute.
We're mocking the decisions she decided to do to her face, which are totally preventable.
Okay.
So
I still feel bad because I'm sure there's people who would look at me and say, like, I don't like her eyebrows. They're fucking crazy, honestly, if they say that. But there could be some fucking weirdo out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what, though? I wouldn't care.
I was talking to the fans, not you.
I guess I wouldn't care if someone said it, so she probably doesn't care. But I agree.
But let's see. What else do I have here? Bobby said, okay, so this kind of made me laugh, was Bobby asking about the divorce conversation. I should have brought that up at the dinner thing.
That's okay.
When we're
doing it now. We're here. We're now.
But Bobby, when they're all at the friendship dinner, and Bobby's like, so haven't you guys used the D word, the divorce word, or anything like that? And it's like, I just looked at me and Tristan was like, say something.
You guys used it? Yeah, it was like clearly directed at them.
Like, I wonder if that was premeditated, like knowing the whole like problems that me and Tristan have had the entire time. It's just,
yeah, because 100% their wives told them. They're like, we gotta come believe this, you know?
And of course, all the couples are going to gossip about the other couples. They may not show it on camera.
Yeah.
But God damn it, if I were on that show with another female and I was well, I guess you're not competing against the other couples, but if I were on the show with other couples, damn right I'd be talking shit about the other couples.
Yeah, but even like when you're in a relationship and if you like go on a double date or, you know, you go to a party, like you kind of get in the car and on the way home you're like, can you believe like...
So X was weird.
Yeah.
So was Y.
Right. Can you believe X and Y? Like their dynamic is so strange. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, did you see how she was putting him down in front of everyone? Uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I get it. And they definitely did. But yeah, he stared straight at them and was like, so guys.
I know. I was hoping that's what would draw the conversation out from me and Tristan, but it didn't.
They wouldn't do it. They would not do it. They wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, well. But Bobby said when they were by the fire making s'mores, Bobby said he made his final decision a long time ago, and which just made me like laugh my ass off because like what if he said no?
Yeah, what if he
was just going through all of this? Was just like, psych, gotcha.
He's like, Danielle, I made my decision
gotcha, bitch.
a long time ago, and it's no. She's like, but you love me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say they both said yes to staying together.
They did. Well, let's talk about how they said yes, because while they're saying yes, one of the things that I can't remember if it was Bobby or Danielle who brought this up. They're like, no, there's no major conflict going on. And I just want to be like, oh, except for the fact that you don't say I love you to him and he's been crying about it every single night. And the entire episode's been recapping it the entire fucking episode. It's like, oh, I just want Danielle to say love her back. I just want her to know how she feels. I want her to say I love you. Love you.
Yeah. Well, I predicted it correctly, didn't I?
Yeah.
She said it.
She did say it.
And she does love him, and I knew it. But one thing I will say, so when she was talking to one of her friends, she was like, he said, I love you. And her friend was like, did you say it back? And she was like,
she said, did you reciprocate?
Did you reciprocate? And she goes, it's not like we've been dating for years before this. And I was like, years, Danielle. So you think you have to be with someone for years to love them? Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Like,
it could depend on the person.
Years? Oh my God, I would not wait that long.
I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying that it's a possibility.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then, okay, while they were saying yes, Bobby proposes to an already married lady.
I know, which was corny, but at the same time, I think he knew it was like a dream of hers to be proposed to or whatever. So he did it. And he was the only guy who bought another engagement ring.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty classy, I'm not going to lie. Like, as a woman, I was like, that's what you want.
I'm still pretty sure Bobby's some psychotic killer behind the scenes. Remember we thought that at the very beginning? It's like, no, that dude fucking kills people.
Remember at the beginning we hated him, and now we're like, oh, Bobby.
He still annoys the shit out of me. He's still like... I don't know what it is that annoys the shit out of me, but he still does. He's still got that psychotic, like...
Because he's just a little too...
He's a little much.
Yeah, he's much.
He's too pristine. He's like American Psycho pristine. Like next thing you know, he's going to put on what's the band that he puts on? And then starts axe murdering people.
In American Psycho?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't remember.
I know...
We can come back.
It's the same band that does the Futurama, not Futurama, Back to the Future music. You know what? Cut it. Episode over. I can't go on.
Oh my God.
I can't go on until
you can't work under these. Maybe it'll pop in your head.
It's gonna pop in my head.
Yeah.
It's bothering me so much right now because it's right there on the tip of my tongue.
What's the song? Can you sing the song?
No.
Anyone watching this is so fucking annoyed right now if they know the answer. They're like, come on!
It's... Damn it, I was hoping it would come to me right when I say it. You know those aha moments? Like, it's and then, no. That did it. Oh, well.
Okay.
Okay, but, they said yes and like, oh, we're in love. And they went to the puppies.
Yeah. And that was that.
That was that. That was literally that. And...
They're in love now.
Yeah. The only thing that happened...
Who would have thought?
Bobby talked to his sister. That was something.
His sister was like... First of all, she's really pretty. Second of all, she was like, oh, like, Bobby, I just worry that you'll do everything for the person you're with and, like, never have limits. And then Danielle was like, he's my butler. And I was like, oh, my God, his sister's right.
Yeah, she did point out some truths there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So, Mia and Tristan?
Mia and Tristan. Yes. So I forgot that Tristan kicked her out. Like, we had that big gap between episodes because of the pandemic, and then they showed it all, and then I was like, oh my God, it's all comes, it all comes back to me. It's like, take your giant Texas logo sign.
Yeah, he had her giant. I love that when he kicked her out, he like gave her the one piece of artwork that he hated that she had too. Like, made a point to be like, and I fucking hate this too.
Fuck you.
So I wrote, their flashbacks are so toxic. Like, watching their flashbacks, I'm like, split up. Like, this is not going to work, you know?
No, I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
I don't know about those two.
Their relationship has been hard on me, and I'm not even in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit has been rough.
The moment you start thinking them, you start having heavy breaths and like.
I get those flashbacks, dude. It's like they can't even have like a week where things go okay. And it's so, I cannot, to live that way. Oh gosh.
When they were at dinner, it was just like, it was funny how like, you know, Tristan was dancing around the subject of like everything else. I was like, yeah, we had problems and stuff, but you know, we worked through them and things, and some were big, some were small, but you know, some were definitely big, but you know, we worked through the problems.
Medium. Yeah, he was like,
and I'm pretty sure that's not how Tristan talks at all, but you know.
He has a certain
Je ne sais quoi?
No, inflection to the way he talks. Like, he talks like when he'll be like, and that's what happened there. Yeah. Like at the end of sentences. Did you notice that? He'll be like, Mia, I do love Mia.
I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for next time.
For the next one. So he was like, oh, at dinner he was like, yeah. So we've never said like I want a divorce, but like we have said like I can't do this anymore, and if this were decision day, I'd leave you. I was like, so.
You said divorce.
You said divorce. Yeah, I know. Like, number one, yes, you did, and we all know that.
You both did.
You both did. Separate occasions. Number two, like stop talking. I don't think you should ever put your relationship stuff out there. Obviously, they're on TV, and we've talked about this. Like, they're choosing to do this. But, like, to sit down at dinner and be like, yeah, like, we've talked about, you know, if this were decision day, I'd leave you. Like, I said that to my partner. And they're just sitting next to you, and it's so just embarrassing for them. Like, anyway. I put, how were they matched with, like, 7 question marks?
That's more than 6.
It is, yeah. According to my calculations. Yeah.
Oh, let me crunch the numbers.
Oh, Tristan's mom and his phone. We've been over this, but still.
Yeah, it's woman in his phone.
Woman. Like,
and
what?
I wrote about them, Tristan and his mom on the phone, was how much his mom or how much woman was walking on eggshells the entire time. Woman was just watching. She's like, you know what? You got to make the decision. You're gonna have to make a decision here and there, and there's some decisions that you're just gonna have to live with, and some you don't live with. You know, but it's a decision,
right?
And then I was just like, wow, that was just the most dancing around advice ever. It was more of like, she's like, yeah, I don't want to be the one responsible for any of this.
I don't want any. You do. You.
I don't want you coming back to me and be like, but you told me to say yes. Like, I didn't say shit. I said, you make a decision.
Exactly. Like, you can't put this shit on me. You know, like when you give someone advice and they do it and they come back and they're like, it's all fucked. And you're like, but you chose to take my advice.
Yeah.
That's kind of where she was at. But, yeah. And then I like when she goes, and I like Mia, but I love you. I was like, oh my God.
Damn, woman, you cold.
Yeah, to be honest, not a mother-in-law I would want.
Well, I don't think you ever will. So
yeah, I'll never marry Tristan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're safe in those regards. For a second, I thought you
were saying like I would never have a mother-in-law and I'm not ever gonna get married, and like I was like,
oh, I mean, I was saying that too. Yeah.
I was like, what? Like,
that's a weird thing to put on public record.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to bet on our podcast. Like, why would you do that? Yeah. So, in conclusion, Tristan and Mia.
They said yes. Mm-hmm. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, they're going to divorce in like a week, you know? I mean, come on.
And that was pretty much it.
Yeah, they just were like, yes. And she kept like cuddling him.
Yeah. I will say, I have my last note here.
Oh, yes, please.
So I noticed that the experts opened up a bottle of wine for every champagne
Champagne.
for every yes that they pulled off. And it just made me wonder if, like, are these, like, one right after another and stuff? Are they drinking the entire bottle?
Hammered.
Yeah, by like, the last couple, the experts are just sitting there trying to hold back their giggles, like...
Yeah. They're like, so you gonna choose this asshole?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
You know, I have $10 riding on this, right?
You know what I thought about when I saw that? I was like, oh my God, if they say no, like, what do they do with that bottle of champagne? It's like a fancy bottle. I was like, do they just drink it when they leave?
Probably.
I would, because at least a toast to them for trying.
Yeah, there you go. They bought 3 bottles of champagne. They might as well get their use out of it.
Get their use.
Dr. Pepper needs to drink.
Dr. Pepper. You know...
Just so everyone knows that one of the experts' name is Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. And when I was watching the show and she made a comment, I said, oh, Sergeant Pepper. And then I was like, wait, that's someone else.
Sergeant Pepper has his Lonely Hearts Parade.
Yeah. And Dr. Pepper
is a drink that went to school.
Mm-hmm. And this woman is?
A human that's a drink that went to school.
What's her name?
Dr. Pepper.
Yep. You know what I'm saying?
No, maybe I don't.
My head. Okay. I do have a note on the experts, though. Let me just get my ears together. Thank you. Okay. So Dr. Pepper did say, she goes, these couples all have the necessary characteristics to make these marriages work. It's up to them if they do. And I wrote, what characteristics? Like, I'd like to know what these qualifications are.
They named some, didn't they?
Well, that's when I Googled, what are they? And what are the questions that they ask the people?
So now we're getting onto our bonus round, because I guess we don't have to, we can't do predictions anymore. Who's going to last?
Yeah.
I mean, we can still make predictions on that, but.
Well, who do you think, the finale is next week that we're going to watch and review. So who do you think?
Well, okay. There's 2 ways we can look at this. Who's gonna last enough for the reunion finale, and who is still together to this day?
Yeah, let's do that, and then next week we'll talk about the reunion, and then we'll Google them.
There we go.
We can Google them on the show.
I thought about Googling. I was maybe not. So I mean, obviously Danielle and Bobby are gonna fucking be living happy days.
Danielle and Bobby are gonna be together till the day they die.
Yeah,
that's it.
Dave and Amber are going to be together because on the pre-cap they showed that she finally went brunette for Dave.
Yeah,
so
since she had brown hair, they have to still be married.
Yeah, there we go.
There's no way they're not. By the way, I think I might have liked her blonde hair better.
I have to see.
We'll have to. Yeah.
I have to look at her longer.
But the fact that she went brunette for that asshole, Dave does not deserve her. I'm telling you, dude.
Well, we'll see. And me and Tristan, no, they're gonna. One of them's gonna.
They're not together.
Drunk drive themselves into a ditch just to get away from each other.
Well, you made this prediction early on, which is that in some of the interviews, Mia has a balayage on her hair. So it goes from brown to like blonde to like pink. The fact that it's pink on the tips tells me she went psycho.
That she went through something.
Yeah, because like, okay, you dye your hair blonde or something, or like you dye it maybe because you want to, maybe because you're going through something. But when you go from being all natural to fading to blonde to pink, something's going on.
There's
you're divorced.
Colored hair is always the best way to tell if someone's going through something. Like a friend of mine who I will not name just for sake of...
You know who you are.
He went through a breakup and just bleached his hair blonde and then showed up and I laughed my ass off.
I think I know who that is.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
But just so you know, real world example of hair color change can sometimes...
some like drastic ones, you know? Mm-hmm. Like the fact that Mia has a professional job and just now has pink tips.
So you said tits.
Tits. That's crazy. So, yeah, I'm on the same page as you. Okay, so I Googled the questions. What are the questionnaires that they ask these people? Because I was curious, like, what? Like, how do they set them up and be like, we found your perfect match? Because obviously Mia and Tristan are not a good match. Obviously Amber and Dave aren't a good match. And they did really hit the jackpot with Danielle and Bobby. So what's going on? So they apparently, from what I found, ask 400 questions total.
Good God.
Yes.
All right, let's...
And if any of you guys are listening who were ever on the show, comment below. Was it really 400? Because that's what I read. And I found some sample questions. We're not going to do all 400, but there's some sample questions.
Oh, we're doing all 400 right
They don't have
now.
it. They don't have them. Otherwise, we could go out in the world and do this experiment ourselves. You could post the questions on a dating app and be done. Get back to me in 4 hours when you're done with these 400 questions. Okay, so we'll do some. I haven't read any of them. I've only read this first one, but the rest will be surprises.
All right.
And we can answer them.
Okay.
So each of them are on a scale of 1 to 7. 1 is not
Why
important.
7?
Yeah.
Why an odd number?
I know. Why wouldn't it be 1 to 5?
Oh, I guess. Yeah, 1 to 5 makes... No, I guess because...
Well, because
7...
4 is right in the middle. 4 would be neutral. So if you're neutral, you're 4. If you're not important, you're 1. If you're kind of important, you're 2. If you're... Actually, I don't know. So whatever. Anyway, 1 to 7. That's it.
Okay. 7 being bad, 1 being good.
No, 1 is not important to you. 7 is important.
Okay.
What number are you? So, for example, this says, how important is it that your partner has an interest in music? On a scale of 1 to 7. 7 is very important.
4.
Yeah, I could agree with that. 4 or 3, like, just let me play my music in the car then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I know there's people out there that are like die-hard music fans and, you know, they like music is their life to them.
Right.
And like they dissect music. But to me, I like music and I just like whatever I hears and I hears what I likes. So if someone's the same way, then cool.
Yeah.
So if they don't like music, then yeah, just fucking I'll play you some music then.
Okay.
If you don't like it, then I'll keep playing my music.
So, ladies, if you're listening, you see how compatible you are with Ricky.
Hey.
How important is humor to you? On a scale of 1 to 7, 1 not important, 7 very important.
7.
Me too.
Like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If I have to be with someone and I can't fucking laugh over something stupid,
I know.
Then we're done. We're done.
And also, I think like I'm the funniest person I know, and like I love my jokes. And if I were like with someone, I kept telling my jokes, and they're like, "Wait, what? I don't get it." Or they're like, "Why is that funny?" I'd be like, "Oh my god, shoot me." You know?
Well, that happens to me all the time. I'm like, I don't care if you don't think it's funny.
Right.
I think it's funny.
No,
and then
that
I cry
happens in the
myself
world
to sleep.
too, but I don't make that person my partner. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, this one's a switch up. Doing as I have planned on a scale of 1 to 7. 1 being almost never characterizes my behavior. So you like never do plans. 7 being always characterizes my behavior.
Okay.
So how important is doing what you have planned to you? What number?
About a 5.
Okay. I'm like a 3 or a 4.
Because things change.
Yeah.
I like, okay, as long as I don't deviate from the plan, like I don't mind deviations.
Right.
I like to keep some spontaneity in the plan. I like a general.
Yeah.
Like a you know, a giant bubble for what the plan can entail.
Yeah.
But if some of it goes the way it goes, cool. If some of it doesn't,
Then whatever.
cool. But as long as we stick to the general.
Right. I kind of like loose plans. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
I'll
loose.
probably do this around this time-ish, maybe. And like I have a couple of those, and then everything else is like just what I choose in that moment.
Unless that plan is time sensitive, then I really fucking care. Like if I'm going somewhere and we have to be there by 6, no, I'm there by 5:45.
I can agree.
And if
with
I'm
that.
not there by 5:45, I'm there by 5:59.
Yeah, I want to be on time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Profound emotional contact is essential for me to get turned on sexually. 1, not true. 7, completely true.
7.
Really? Profound emotional contact is essential for me to get turned on sexually. You're a 7?
What's profound emotional?
Emotional contact. Like you need to be kind of emotionally involved with the person in order to be turned on sexually.
5.5?
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
There you go.
Cool.
Because I can get turned on from someone being hot, but it's better if I like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your answer?
Like
You're turning red. You're turning red. You're as red as your headphones right now.
like a 1 or a 2. I mean, I could definitely like.
You could definitely just, bang on looks. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I could too, but it's better when it is emotional.
No, look, yeah. No, I agree.
You are so red right now.
I didn't know that question was gonna be out some hot. Yeah.
That's your fault for not looking at the questions beforehand. You didn't think some of these were gonna be awkward?
No. I just think like like if someone's hot, they're hot. We don't have to like get married. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. There's different kinds of interest and different roles people could play in your life.
Yeah, sometimes you need someone just to get that relief.
Yeah.
But for me, I think, like I was saying, I could totally just bang someone that's really hot, but it's better if I like them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I agree with that. Okay. This one is, okay, when I am in a relationship, it is vital to me to be able to spend a lot of time on my personal interests. Completely disagree 1, completely agree 7. A lot of time on my personal interests.
I'm stuck on a 5 or a 6 here.
Me too. I would say 5 or 6.
Because you got to make compromise.
Yeah, but I still need me time, and I need to do things that, like I want to do.
Yeah, I definitely need me time.
Yeah, and I imagine, like, if you have some different interests with your partner, I'm not going to, like, never do. Like, if I was with someone who was like, oh, I never, I don't know, like, I don't want someone to paint with me. I want to do that alone. Like, stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, I try and get them on board with my interest, but if it doesn't like it, like, all right, cool, man. I'm still going to do it.
But then, like, you can have a show that you watch together, and you can, like, work out together. Like, you can do some things together, some things apart. So I think 5 or 6 is, like, I think I'm, like, a 4 or 5, I would say. 4.5. Okay, I would feel fine with my partner and I having very different political opinions. Completely disagree 1, completely agree 7.
It's about a 5 for me, I think.
Oh, really?
Because I've talked to people that have different opinions, and I still enjoy it. Because to me, it's all about perspective. Like, I enjoy that someone else has a different perspective.
Right.
But it's about how we settle those different political ideologies. Because I think it's interesting that someone can think entirely different than I do, but as long as their view isn't hurting me or affecting me in any way, think whatever you want. And I think that kind of can make for, as long as this person is comfortable having that kind of conversation without getting heated, I think it's interesting. And heated. Fuck you. Heated. It's like I'm just the kind of person that I really enjoy learning about different perspectives and seeing why people think that way. Yeah. Without trying to change. I mean, of course you can always try and have them try and see your side or vice versa, but I enjoy learning about different perspectives.
So your number was
34. 5.
5? I think I'm like a 2, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can talk to people and I think as long as you've known me, I'm never someone in a conversation who's like, no, this is right. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not in love with those people. So, like the person that I'm with, I would just prefer we're mostly on the same page about that kind of stuff. And then like they could at least understand where I'm coming from on this things we're not on the same page. But like major things like, like straight up if somebody was like, I voted for Donald Trump, I'd be like, dude, like I know we can't be together. We just can't. Anyway. To what extent do you find that letting children do as they please is the best for them? Not at all, 1. To a very large extent, 7. So should children do what they please?
I'm at a 4 or a 5 there.
Yeah, me too, because they should be able to have some independence and some choice in some ways, you know?
Children need to be able to explore.
And express. Yeah, I agree.
But they need guidance too.
Yeah, 100%. Like pick out your shirt for school. Things like that.
Wear whatever the fuck you want. You want to wear your cowboy hat?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Or if you're a boy and you want to wear a skirt, sure.
But if you want to go spitting on random people,
no. Right.
No, then I'm throwing you in the blender and I'm starting over.
Your wife's going to love that. How often do you need for your partner to tell you for you, how often do you need your partner to tell you she loves you? Almost never. 1, daily. 7.
Three?
Yeah, I don't feel like I ever need to be told I love you, really.
I mean, I like it, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be, like, shown that someone loves me. I don't need them. I don't care when people say stuff. I mean, the first time, obviously, like, tell me or I'll never know. But, like, you know, from that point on, just act like you love me all the time. It's like, you know? Yeah. Okay. No matter what, I always let my partner know how I feel. Completely disagree. 1, completely agree. 7.
It's about a 5 or a 6.
I can agree with that, yeah. I might be more of a 4. No, you know what? I'm like a 3. What am I talking about? I think 6 is like who I want to be. 3 is who I am. You know?
Well, at least you got room to grow. There you go.
Yeah.
At least, hey, you just expressed your feelings about how.
Oh my God, thank you.
So you're already on your way to being a 6.
I'm a 3.5, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Do you find it okay to keep in touch with ex-partners when in a committed relationship? Not okay. 1, 7, completely okay.
See, the thing when they fill these things out, it's just solid answers.
I know. You can't be like, but.
Yeah, you can't justify.
But in this case, yeah.
I'd say a 3.
Yeah, I'm like a 1. No.
Well, I mean.
No.
Again, for me, I guess it just depends on how things ended and why you are keeping that connection. Because.
Yeah, but were you inside them? Then no. No. I don't like that. No. I mean, yeah, like, obviously, you know, they don't have to be like, fuck you to that person, you know? But, like, do you need to catch up? If you wanted to know what was going on in their lives, should have stayed their boyfriend, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because, like, I don't personally, even if I'm not with anyone, like, I don't feel the need to keep in touch with people that I dated.
Right.
No offense to
I guess
them,
I'm defending the cordial part of my argument. Is like, you know,
if you see them at a party, yeah, say, hey, how are you? How have you been?
Yeah,
I agree.
It's like you're not going out to get lunch and everything, or like going going shopping together and stuff.
Or
it's like
calling them. Yeah.
Yeah, you're literally just like you. Let's say you guys work close together and stuff, and you guys have to see each other all the time. It's like, yeah, what's wrong with just being like, oh, hey, how you doing? Cool.
Yeah, that's true.
See you
like
later.
you speak, but to me, those are like out of necessity times.
Right.
And
exactly.
this is talking about if they can choose. And so, like, if you can choose, no. Yeah, if you see them, like, I mean, I've seen people I've dated out, and I don't just like ignore them. I'm like, hey, how are you? Like, I hope everything's good. Have a good night. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that's fine. Yeah, but don't be like, y'all need to be friends.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, okay. I often interrupt people if I think I have something important to say. Not at all true. 1, completely true. 7.
It's like I want to be a 1, but I'm pretty sure I'm like
Yeah.
a 3 or... No, I'm about a 3.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at letting people have their say.
Yeah.
Hey, let me finish.
I could see that. Me too. I think I'm like a 2. Like sometimes I'll get excited and I'm like, but
I want some fans to comment and be like what they think of our responses are to these.
Yeah.
Be like,
100%.
No, you're definitely a fucking 5 or a 7 or on one of these things.
They're gonna be like, Aury interrupts Ricky all the fucking time. You're a 10 out of 7. Yeah. In my head, I'm a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Last one.
To what extent have you been honest when answering these questions? 1, not at all.
1.
7, to a very large extent.
7.
Me too. I tried to the best of my ability.
Well, I know. We saw you get blood red.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was honest.
Yeah, so that's how we know. That's a 7.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, at least we dipped our toes into the pool of what is the questions that they answer for all these things.
Yeah.
So I want to know how many questions did we just answer there?
Probably like 10.
10.
Wow. Popular. Oh.
I wonder what, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I wonder what the other 390 are.
Yeah.
I know. What could it be? Probably a lot of stuff about children, hobbies, how important friendship is, family. Like, we didn't really go over that.
Do you wipe your ass front to back?
God, I hope so. 2 people who write in back to front get matched. And they're like, why were we matched? You're the only people who
wipe back to
wipe
front?
backwards. Yeah. Well, Ricky, we did it again.
Yes.
We killed it.
I thought you were about to make a joke about the wiping.
No.
I was like, wait, did you watch me wipe? Is that what you're leading on to?
No. We'll still keep that part of our friendship a secret.
Back to front.
Back to front. Yeah.
Actually, I go from side to side. It's more like a zigzag pattern, you know?
Like you're trying to avoid a bullet, like, or a sniper.
Exactly.
Ew.
There we go.
Well, next week we are going to watch the reunion, and stay tuned for all of our thoughts.
We'll be able to go over whether they're together or not, and then we'll do a Google search to see where they are at now.
Yes. And maybe comment if you like that. We can make more questions or find more questions maybe.
And then after that,
You'll never see us again.
Maybe a season 2.
Season 2 for our show, season 8 for Married at First Sight.
Uh-huh. All right.
Well, find us anywhere you can find podcasts.
burpod.com. And that's all you need to know, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Take
Bye.
it easy.